Ever get that sinking feeling when you're about to close on a home and suddenly there's a giant number you weren't expecting? Yeah, welcome to the world of closing costs. Nobody talks about them until it's crunch time, and by then, you're already signing paperwork. But today, we're going to break it all down, whether you're buying your first home, selling your current one, or just curious. I'm going to walk you through what these fees are, why they matter, and how to avoid getting blindsided. Let's make sure you know exactly what to expect so you don't feel like your wallet just got ambushed. All right, let's start with the basics. Closing costs are the legal, administrative, and miscellaneous fees that come with transferring a property from one person to another. Whether you're buying or selling, there are costs involved, obviously. Think of it as fine print that comes with handing the keys over. It's not just about your mortgage or sales price. These extras can add up to thousands of dollars if you're not ready for them. So if you're buying, here is exactly what you're looking at. Land transfer tax. The Ontario government charges this based on your purchase price. So anywhere from 0.5% all the way up to 2.5% on anything over $2 million. But there is a first-time homebuyer's rebate, which can be a lifesaver if you qualify. Second is legal fees and disbursements. You'll need a real estate lawyer to close the deal. Think around anywhere from $1,000 to $3,000 depending on the firm that you choose. Number 3, home inspection. Optional, but recommended. Usually between $400 to $600 depending on the size of the property, but it can save you some big headaches later on. Appraisal fee. Now if you're just buying a typical house, let's say around the city of Sudbury, chances are your lender is going to pay for this, but if you're buying a multifamily property or you're going with a specific lender, sometimes they charge for the appraisal, which is anywhere from $300 to $500. Number 4 is title insurance, a one-time cost to protect you if there's any title-related issues later. In Sudbury, it's a little bit more difficult than other jurisdictions, but think anywhere from $200 to $500. Number 5, property tax and utility adjustments. So if you've paid property taxes as the seller for 6 months, you obviously are not going to have to pay for the remainder of the year. If you're a buyer, you're obviously not going to have to pay for the first part of the year, but you're going to have to pay the rest of the year. And same with utilities. If you're closing in the middle of the month, seller pays for half the month, you pay for the rest of the month. Those are the adjustments that we're talking about. Next is mortgage insurance. If you're putting less than 20% down on your property, this applies. Sometimes it's built into your mortgage and sometimes it's upfront. So to estimate buyer closing costs, roughly 1.5% to 4% of your purchase price. Now if you're on the selling side, here's what's coming your way. Number 1 is real estate commission. This is typically a big one. It's fully negotiable and typically split between the seller's agent and the buyer's agent. Number 2, legal fees. Again, it's lawyer time. Usually anywhere from $800 to $2,000 depending on the firm that you use. Number 3 is your mortgage discharge fee. If you're paying off a mortgage, your lender might charge you a discharge fee or a penalty if you're breaking a fixed term early. Property adjustments. If you prepaid your property taxes, just like when we were talking about the buyers, you might be owed a credit from the buyer. So your total seller closing costs, typically anywhere from 5.5% to 6.5% of the sales price. Now there are a couple of ones that don't get talked about enough. If you're buying a condo, the status certificate fee, it's usually only $100, so it's not that big of a deal, but it gives you a full financial picture of the building that you're potentially moving into. Moving costs. Obviously, you can't forget the moving trucks, the storage, maybe a couple pizza bribes for your friends, and of course the beer that goes with that pizza. Bridge financing. If you're buying before your current home closes, you might need some short-term financing. Most banks will help out with this, but there are fees that come down, and usually if it is an extended period, it gets pretty pricey. If you're buying a new construction home, HST might be included, or it might not. There could be a rebate back to that builder. Always double check. Okay, so now that we've laid it all out, here's how to stay ahead. Ask early, your agent and lawyer should break these fees down before you're knee deep in a deal. Budget it in. Treat closing costs as they're non-negotiable, as they are part of the process. Don't stretch yourself so thin that you can't afford them. And ask questions. There's no such thing as a dumb question in real estate, especially when it comes to your money. Now, here's the truth. People don't talk about closing costs because they're not really fun. They're not flashy, but they are 100% necessary. Knowing what's coming puts you in control, and when you're buying or selling one of your biggest assets in your life, control feels pretty good. That's it for today's breakdown. If this has helped you feel a little bit more prepared or saved you from the financial what the heck was that moment, then we're winning. Got questions or thinking about buying or selling in real estate? Reach out. I'm happy to help. No pressure, no weird sales pitch. I'm here to help you move smart, and that's the whole point. Catch you in the next one.